We're in season 2 of Good Morning New Hell City. Oh my gosh, it's happening. We got renewed for another season, bitches. Motherfucking sucking dick and cock. Motherfucking sucking dick and cock. Y'all, it's season 2. It's season 2. So many things are new. I have a new face. I just got a new facelift. I have a new house. I have a new attitude. I have so much. Season 2 of Good Morning New Hill City. We had 30 episodes last year. Sorry, 30 episodes last year, and we have more today. We have more this year. It's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna have so many cool guests. We have so many freaking motherfucking sucking dick conversations with all these cool people and stuff. It's gonna be great. So make sure if we're gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great, and you're gonna be on it. So we're back with our normal menu of announcements. So the Hellies happened. We also posted the Hellies on our YouTube channel. If you have not seen our 2021 Hellies ceremony, go watch it. It's 3.5 hours. It's fun. More announcements happening. There's more D&D happening. I don't think there's anything super new happening right now, but there's some stuff in the works. We'll let you know about it. It's happening. We're in 2022. We're in 2022. Weather, it's so hot. It's so hot. That's it. It's hell. It's hot. Hell's hot. Hell's hot. Oh, hell's hot. Here's a rich thing I bought is the next segment. I'm buying a Steam Deck, which is coming out, I think February 22nd is the date. Yeah, I'm buying a Steam Deck and I'm very excited about it. So make sure nothing. I'm excited. We'll talk about Steam Deck someday. Best thing on the internet. What's the best thing I've seen on the internet? Lately, follow Trixie and Katya on anything. Go to YouTube, type in Trixie and Katya. That's it. You're welcome. Bitch, I'm hungry, where I talk about what I'm eating, because I'm always eating on the pod. I just made a tuna sandwich, like a real poor person. I feel very poor. I want to connect with the poors in my audience, you know what I mean? So I decided to make a tuna sandwich for you poors out there. Next segment, Game Corner. I'm back to streaming. If you all are not following Fire Demon 2021 on Twitch, that is what I'm doing. I just finished platinuming 5 dates. I platinumed 5 dates, that's right, 5 dates. No, the game 5 dates, FMV game, which is really, really kooky and weird and awkward and fun. And then I also did The Suicide of Rachel Foster, which was mostly good, and I'm currently doing Simulacra. And I'm finishing Far Cry 6 and Persona 5 Strikers. But it's, we don't have any like new games coming up. Oh wait, no, we do. Horizon and Dying Light 2. So that's coming up later on. So stay tuned for that. Anime Corner, we will get back to anime next week. I promise. It's going to happen. I need to know what anime are coming out. Maybe Dragoon can help me. We'll see. Human Corner, nothing's happening in human news. Nothing. I'm watching a bunch of the stupid Oscar movies because I have to. Because it's my job. Heli Talk. Well, the Hellies just happened. I made out with lots of people. No, I made out with, what did I get, 5 Hellies? 5 or 6 Hellies? I'm pleased with the Hellies I got. I think I deserve them. I didn't think I deserved them. I know I deserve them. And I think I should have gotten Mo. And that's what's going to happen next, Hellies. So, speaking of Hellies, we have a Helly Award winner. I think 3-time Helly Award winner on the pod today. The first guest of season 2. She is a foodie queen, some might say. She is she's my doctor. She's my personal physician. She won't touch me without gloves or without standing 10 feet back. But she is my personal physician, and I would like you all to put your hands together and welcome Seadragoon.
Hey guys. Also, very Good, great introduction. I was like sitting here, I'm like, the hell?
How does it feel to be my personal physician? You get to see my naked body often.
You know, I've seen better.
Wow, wow, wow. We're gonna drive past that. How are you, Dragoon?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Happy Lunar New Year.
Oh, thank you. I think technically it's on Tuesday,
Yeah.
but
Happy
you
belated
know,
Lunar New Year. Happy current. What's it called? Nuptial. Happy New Year.
yeah, that will work.
Happy New Year.
That will work. Thank you.
What did you eat on the day? Tell the children.
Well, okay, so technically it's February 1st. But we celebrated it early because obviously, everyone's working. But it was just like very just typical kind of Vietnamese traditional food that we don't we only eat like once a year. So it's like like bánh tét, which is like some sort of like mung bean sticky rice dish with like some meat in the middle, and then we had like chicken and stuffed tofu with meat in it, and then my mom made shrimp rolls. Not a
Oh.
traditional dish, but she made shrimp rolls, and then she also made pate show. Um, and then what else? We had forgot what it's called, but it's this dish where it's like boiled eggs with um pork chop inside, and it's like a soupy dish that you eat with rice, but it's really good. But I'm pretty sure there's more dishes we had that I don't remember, but those were like the main stuff that I ate
Okay.
yesterday.
All right. All right. We're gonna dive into our interview questions. How did you find out about New Hell City? I actually know this story. This is one of the few times
You do
I actually know the story, but you're gonna tell it. You're
you,
gonna tell it.
you do know this story because we reminisce because we're so old. but
How dare you? You speak for yourself. You absolute
yeah,
dare you. How dare you?
of course. I'm sorry. I forget you're a fetus
Thank you.
for like forever. You've been a fetus forever. But no,
That's yeah.
I actually discovered you or New Hell City through Phil or Big Fee 008 or Phil. I believe you were on one of his streams, and so you were chatting in the chat, and so I was like, oh, and I think you mentioned that you streamed as well, so I decided to go and watch your stream, and that's kind of how like we became, that conversation got started, where I hopped onto your stream, and then you said you had a Discord, and I was like, what the hell is Discord? Like, what is this? What is this newfangled technology you speak of? So, and then yeah, that it kind of snowballed from there.
That's right.
And I joined the server, and I remember when it was like very small, and there was only like I don't know, like 15, 20 people, and now
Those were
look
the
at it
days.
now.
What are we at? We're at 683 people.
Somewhere around there. Yeah,
That's
I
great.
know I was one of the earlier members in
You
New
certainly
Hell
were.
City.
You
And
certainly were.
then it's I'm not very active. I like to consider myself the hermit on the hill, peeking out of her cottage every once in a while. I'm like, who are all these people? Where did you all come from?
Dragoon is one of the few
So
examples of someone who can post very infrequently and still win helis every year. So
that's my
you
gift.
never not won a heli. So or you never gone a year without winning a heli. We'll get there. Uh, I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh no.
What was your first impression of the city when you first got here?
Well, again, it was when I first started, it was small, so it was not something I was used to because I do like to compare you and Phil a little bit. Where I remember when I went on your stream, you're very you like to talk about drugs and sex a lot,
What? No.
so it's like
I'm a Christian
yes, you
stream,
do.
clearly. How dare you? Everyone knows that I am
Yeah,
a kid friendly
very
Christian stream.
very very Christian stream. Yes, yes.
Hmm.
No, but so that kind of took me back a little bit. I won't lie. But I got used to it, and I mean, like I liked the New Hell City when I first joined. It was, it was different. It was a lot of people with different opinions, and it was nice. I mean, it was a community where I could hang out with my internet and, just hop in every once in a while to see how everyone is doing. So, I mean, I have no issue. I love it. I love the, how it's, I feel like the proud mother who's seen it, even though I'm not here all the time, but like seen it kind of grown and blown up and see all the tabs that, um, the communities that
So many
have,
tabs. So many
yeah, so
tabs.
many tabs, and then getting lost the entire time. Like, what the hell? So, but no, I mean, it's good to see it continuing to grow from when it first started.
What is your favorite part currently about New Hill City?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you enjoy? I mean, you've already kind of answered this. Like, what do you enjoy about New Hill City currently? Like, what about it now is like the most interesting part for you?
I mean, I just kind of, you know, well, for me personally, I kind of like being able to disappear for a while and then reappearing and seeing like new stuff or
That works.
making
Yeah,
new friends.
that makes
And
sense.
and also, every once in a while, while I do engage with people, it's just good kind of catching up with everyone and see what they're doing.
There you go.
But that's pretty much it. And also beating you in food pictures.
Oh yes, we're gonna get there. I was about to say, what is your primary role in the community? What would people know you for in
Oh,
New Hill
my food
City?
pictures.
Yeah, yeah,
My food
that's
pictures.
easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't post as much, and I think I lost this year to was it consistently
yeah.
depressed?
For the
Um,
queen,
yeah,
you were
but
dethroned this year.
I will always have the original title, so that so
That's true.
I'll always have that title. But no, yeah, like usually, like in the beginning, I would post a lot of pictures of food, and I was really surprised I won 2 years ago, the second
We're
time.
gonna
I was
get there.
like,
We're gonna get there. My goodness. All right, all right. So, what is your favorite channel? I mean, this is also pretty obvious,
oh, well,
or maybe it's not. Okay.
well, I have a couple. Obviously the food porn,
Mm-hmm.
because that's kind of where I'm the most active. But I also enjoy the D&D stuff too.
Oh yes.
So those are probably the only ones I'm most active in because I'm in two campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
But um, yeah, those two are my favorites.
Okay.
And then every once in a while, I'll hop in somewhere else and I'll be like, I have no idea what's going on, but okay.
Tell me about just your general hobbies. What are some hobbies that we both know and don't know about you in
Uh,
general?
you will probably agree to this, but my hobby is buying multiple games and beating all of them, and I know that bugs you
Okay, well
a lot. But
let's park at beating them. Let's just pull over at that part.
let let's
Um,
let's just
because what
buying
what
multiple games and then not completing
Yeah,
them at
yeah.
all.
There we go. That's really what it is. It's Dragoon buys multiple games, starts them, gets to like chapter 2, stops them for
and,
some reason, and then keeps saying, I need to get back to that, I need to get back to that. And then three
and
years
never
later,
do.
never do. Or 3 years later, it's like, oh yeah, I just finished this 18,000 hour game. And I was like, oh, Dragoon, you bought that 40 years ago. And they're like, yeah, I know.
It's like I
That's what it
did.
really is.
Well, okay, well, it is not my fault. I have a short. Well, kind of is, but
Yes,
it's
it
not
very
my
much
fault
is.
that I have a very short attention span because my problem is I will buy a new game and I'll play it for maybe like a week straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after a week, then I'm kind of like, oh look, there's another game that came out. Let me get that. So it's like like the newest shiny things, like oh shiny. So
It's your cat.
so pretty much, and like my library of games that I have to beat is like it's never ending because I'm like I have it all, and I'm like I really should play this, and I really should beat that, and I'm halfway through this, but then I get something brand new. So, but yes, back to your original question. Yes, I do enjoy playing video games. I don't play as much as when I was like younger, only because it dries out my eyes a little bit. So, and also like after a while, I'm like, okay, I gotta take a break. But I do enjoy playing games, and I do like writing on my spare time. I'm kind of slowly getting back into that, writing like little short stories. Um, that's kind of like a hobby I picked up in high school. Um, but yeah,
Okay.
like that those are kind of like my main two hobbies right now. It's just games and writing and kind of just finding the time for me um, when I'm not working or doing other stuff.
Okay. All right. Who is your best friend here? And if you don't say me and only me, I will ban you.
That's actually kind of scary because you do have the power to do
I do.
that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I certainly do.
Well, I'm going to risk being banned on this interview.
What? Wait, what?
Okay, I mean, of course it's you,
Wait,
Fire.
thank you.
Obviously,
Easy.
duh.
That was easy. Clearly.
But real answer, like real answer. No, I mean, I probably have like top 5 in the maybe top 10, but like you're definitely up there. I will tell you that.
Great.
That's the honest truth.
And you're definitely going to get banned, so that's great. Great. Super
It was
great.
worth it.
Okay.
It's worth you know you love me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, ugh, I don't love anyone. Just ask my 10 ex-wives. Do I look pretty today? I flew all the way to Texas. Obviously, I'm interviewing you. I'm clearly sitting in front of
flew
you.
all the way to Houston, Texas. You're right in front of my house. My parents are giving you looks. They're like, "Who is this strange person in our driveway trying to get in?"
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
You look fabulous.
Thank
as
you.
always.
That's it. That's all. Let's you know what? Let's get right into your helis. This is my favorite part. This is where we get into the helis. You have been nominated for every single heli awards in existence. There have been 3 ceremonies so far, and you've been nominated every time, and you have won every year. First of all, how does that feel?
I mean, that feels good. When it first started, it was easy to win because we didn't have as much people, So I think like when we first started, when did we first start? Like
2019.
3-4 years. Oh, so a while ago. Yeah, I remember in 2019 we had kind of. It wasn't a small amount of people, but it was still a lot less than what we have now.
Oh yes.
So that was exciting. Like that first, because I was kind of like, oh, I'm gonna get this. I know I'm gonna get this. I always post like pictures of food and stuff.
Wow. Okay. All right. Then, she was confident.
And then, but by the second year and the third year, I was like, whatever. I was like, whatever. I was like, but no, it feels good to know that even though I'm not very active, people still pay attention to what I'm posting.
That's true.
In the food porn.
So we're going to go through it now. So so you were nominated 4 times in 2019. Your first nomination was for Foodie Queen. You were nominated against Amakitten, Heretic Pork, Nalam, and Fire Demon 2021.
And you're still salty I won that one.
And you won Foodie Queen. Did you know you were going to win?
Well, I kind of answered that, didn't I?
Yeah, okay, you did. Oh, interesting. Okay, so she's cocky and she always knew. Great. Well, how did it feel to beat your bestest friend and Nalam?
It felt great.
Wow.
I felt vindicated.
Wow. And the next nomination is a bit of a controversial one.
Oh yeah, because we won both of them. We won at the same time.
It is. Well, that's no. That's next year.
Oh.
This was for best dish.
Oh yeah.
The nominees were Fruit Platter by Kappa Square, Cheesy Potatoes by Soph, Brisket by Seadragoon, King's Cake by Fire Demon 2021, and Lasagna by Andy. And neither of us won. I'll say that.
Yep.
One of us deserved to win.
Um.
Yeah.
Wait. Who? What was it Andy who won the? Was it the
Yes, it was
lasagna?
fucking Andy who won for that stupid fucking lasagna. God damn it. We all know about this. We know this is a controversial topic. Because
Well,
we all
for
know I
you,
should
it's
have won.
controversial.
We all know I should have
Uh huh.
won. We all know.
Yeah.
We all know.
Well, you do also remember that every Hellies, we try to have you like win the least amount.
It is not fair because I
No.
deserve to win that one. I deserve to win
Uh
that
huh.
one.
You're not sore about that at all, are
I'm still sending death threats to Andy. I
you?
still
Poor
I
Andy.
send him pipe bombs in his mailbox.
His mailbox.
I sent
Watch how
his
like Andy's moved and like some poor person is like, what are these pipe bombs doing in my mailbox?
Yep. I've been putting snakes in his brother's drain. I've gone to now harassing his family. I've now I've destroyed his professional life. I go to his job and I put up salacious pictures of him all over the building of his job.
It's amazing how they haven't put what's it called?
A restraining
Uh
order. Is that what you're looking
Restraining
for?
order on you yet, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that very quickly because I've had a few of them in my lifetime put on me. Anyway, how did you feel about losing? Did you? Okay, here's the thing. Did you feel like you deserved to win best dish?
And I think at the time I already knew I won Beauty Queen, so the best dish I kind of just threw something out there. So, but everything else looked like really good, so I wasn't upset about it like a certain somebody I know.
Because I'll tell you
But
what, you got second place in best dish.
I do remember that,
Yeah.
and you know what? I still beat you in that regard.
God
So,
damn it. It is unfair. You know how long that fucking king's cake took? Do you know how long that shit took? That shit took half a day. Half a goddamn day. And that shit nearly put me in a sugar coma. It's so sugary. Go back. I want everyone, I'm going to post it in the Bonfire Bar chat. It's called 2019 Helly Awards. You go in there and you tell me who won. You tell me who won. Anyway, we're
the
going to move on.
lasagna, obviously.
No, the stupid lasagna didn't win. Anyway, moving on. The final two nominations were for the same category. At the time, it was called Best NHC D&D Cast because I love a rhyme. Now it's called Best Tabletop Cast. But you were nominated for The Haunting cast, and then you won for the Ruses, Riches, and Relations cast. How did that
Susan.
feel? Did you know
Oh,
we were
that
going
felt.
to win? Alongside, by the way, Rorima Fishy Gigart, Fire Demon 2021, and Nalam. Seadragoon was playing Lissa.
That one I was actually excited to win. I didn't because who else was in that category? It was
That was Dawn.
because
We beat Dawnbreak. That was
that
big.
was a surprise.
We beat Dawnbreak. So that's the thing is that Nalam actually is surprised that we won D&D cast but lost D&D campaign. Nalam thinks it should have been. I think thinks it should have been the other way around. I forgot what he said. He said it in his interview that he was surprised that we won for best cast. But I'm not surprised. I thought we should have won best cast and best campaign. Personally,
Surprised we won best cast because we were actually very entertaining.
I thought we were the
Like
best cast. Clearly,
like well like best campaign. In a way I'm not surprised Dawnbreak won because ours was kind of a little bit chaotic. It was kind of
Dawnbreak
we
didn't win
spent.
that year. Dawnbreak didn't win best campaign. Demonic Dungeon Dives did. This
Oh
is
yeah, because it
before.
was good.
Yeah, before we had. Now today, Demonic Dungeon Dives would have been put in one shot or dungeon dive category, but at the time it was a series of dungeon dives. So I mean, it would have been
Okay,
confusing.
yeah.
Would have been today, but yeah, she won that year.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice if we won best campaign, but I think more people were playing the dungeon dives,
Yeah,
so they
that's
were
true.
kind of exposed to it more, or they more people knew about it. Well, with ours, like just with the ruses, people just kind of popped in and out whenever they wanted. So, but yes, that was a good one. I like that one, that ruses one, because it was the original. We were the original cast that kind of kicked up D&D
We were the
in New
original.
Hell City.
We were the
So
original.
we were the first. It's funny because I originally didn't join the first session. I joined the second session.
Oh, that's right.
because I don't remember if someone dropped out or I didn't turn in my character in time, but I think like I was kind of like a last minute addition to the cast
Oh.
because I messaged Spider, who was the DM at the time. I was like, hey, I'd really like to join. If you have any spots, let me know. And so I believe I joined second session.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So now we move on to the 2020 Heli Awards, where you were nominated for one less Heli. You were nominated for 3 Helis. So the first nomination, let me make sure we get down to the first one, was for Best Dish, in which you had red velvet macaroons.
Yeesh.
Best Dish was probably one of the hardest categories the previous year, the 2020. There were
Mm-hmm.
25 nominees. We had banana bread, schnitzel, Texas toast burger, brisket. Someone else made brisket that year. We had fried
Woo!
chicken, dumplings, cinnamon buns, pizza, carbonara. There's muffins, garlic. It was incredible. There's a ton of nominees. And we both. I also put in cinnamon rolls. We both lost to ramen, which honestly, that year I wasn't mad at it. Ramen's so fucking
Hey,
hard to make.
and
I
ramen's good. I mean,
it's I you know what I wasn't even like it's like I don't know
it wasn't like the lasagna lost.
I'm not even gonna acknowledge that one. Um, losing to Annie's ramen was like I don't know like putting in a classical song and then being nominated next to Beethoven. It was just like there was no way. The ramen looked so
It,
good.
yeah, I mean, it. That like, but you see how much how the community has grown in just the span of a year. Because
Yeah.
like, the first Hallies was like what 5 dishes, and now you bumped it up to about 20. 25.
Yep.
So
25.
that just meant that the competition's a lot. Not only is the community growing, but the competition is a lot more intense and fierce. So
It
like,
is.
yeah, I was just like, I mean, I laughed. I just threw something out there, and I was like looking through my phone and be like, oh, this looks nice. I'll put this out there.
Fletcher says my cookie would never win. My food makes me look even more white trash. Listen, you can get that white trash nomination. There's some white trash on here, so get that white trash
Oh my
nomination in. I'm
gosh!
just saying it's true. It's true. They need representation too. So we both lost. But what you did win, and this was an interesting win, was Foodie Queen for the second year in a row. But you didn't win it alone, did you, Dragoon? Did ya?
Oh,
Did ya? Did ya? Who'd you win it
but
next to?
I will always hold the original title for your head. So
God damn it.
yes.
God damn it. By the way, do you want to know your placement on Best Dish? Because I forgot. 2020 was when we started doing the pie charts.
Okay.
I can tell you where you were at. So
Sure.
the ramen was obviously number 1. Number 2, me and Sammy tied. Number 3 was Andy. You got 4th place, which is pretty
Well, that's
good.
not too bad.
It's actually really good because
Like out of 25.
74 votes. You were 4th place.
Oh,
That's pretty big.
nice.
So, I mean, you didn't get second place like me, but it's fine. It's fine. But we did tie for Foodie Queen. Now, the funny thing about Foodie Queen was that you were actually in the lead for a while, and I think people never believe me when I say this, but someone comes in last minute that is, I swear to God, is not me and votes for me, and I don't know who it is, but it
I
happens.
mean, that just means that they like what you're putting up there.
Yeah, or I'm
And
paying them off. I mean, what? Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense.
both. It's both. We'll just go with what I said.
Sure, we'll go with a nice one. How did you feel about tying with your arch nemesis?
I wouldn't call you my arch nemesis,
How
but
dare you?
I thought you were my best friend. Now you're my arch nemesis.
I want to be both. I'm complicated.
Oh my gosh. No, it was. Well, I was surprised I actually won because I think I remembered during when we were doing the Hellies. I forgot who was presenting it, but when I won, I specifically remembered I was like, oh damn, I won. I'm very surprised because I think towards 2020 and now, like, I didn't post as much, and I was just like, I post when I can in the food porn, and I remember Amma or Kitten saying, she was just like, well, because I said, I'm so, and she goes, that just means you post really good pictures of food, and we like it. And so I was like, oh, people are paying attention to my pictures. But yeah, no, that one I was actually surprised that I actually won that year, because that's when I started becoming a hermit, because there was like too many people on the server.
That was actually, it's funny, that was actually the year, 2020 was the year where you could not be super active and still win helis. So I remember Addie posted, and it was Addie posted, who's going to be our guest tomorrow, by the way.
Nice.
She posted like 3 times that year and won best edited photography piece. And she was like, damn, I'm never here. I was like,
Oh, yeah,
the work speaks for itself. So
yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I felt.
Yeah. So your third and final nomination was once again for Best Now NHC Tabletop Cast. You were nominated alongside me for The Haunting as Sophie, and we all lost to Dawnbreak.
Yeah, that I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that one I'm not surprised about either. Dawnbreak owned that year. Oh, by the way, we should pull over and talk about your D&D characters. How did you come up with Lissa?
Lissa, I had really no plan. Or like I didn't. I think because it was my first time doing D&D or playing D&D, so I didn't have a character in mind. I kind of basically based Lissa off of my own personality a little bit, which is kind of like down to earth, wants to get the stuff done, and just be on her way. So I had no plan for, except that she clashed with your character. Damon all the time, and so they became like, and that's kind of like parallel to our relationship, our friendship, where we always rib each other, but we do, obviously we do it with love,
of course.
But yeah, that it's Lissa and Damon's relationship kind of parallels with ours, except they just genuinely don't like each other.
Oh, I loved. By the way, y'all, Ruses. I heard it here first. I heard it from Spider. Ruses is having a reunion episode some point this year. So I'm so excited about that. I'm going to go back and listen to old Ruses, because I have some old Ruses videos on my computer. And I just, get back in the spirit of Damon. Oh, I love Ruses.
It was a lot. Like with Lissa, it won't be hard getting back into. Of course, she's going to be like, oh God, these people again.
Oh God, I love Lissa so much. Okay, and then how did you come up with Sophie for The Haunting, which was Kitten's? Kitten was the first member ever to introduce Call of Cthulhu to the community, and so we were a group of investigators who were trying to find out what's going on in this haunted ass house. Right?
Spoilers, we all died,
and then we all died. It's the first and only full party wipe ever to happen in New Hell City.
With Sophie, kind of the same with Lissa, except she was a little bit more. I think, like at that time, I was starting to get into the hang of doing D&D. So Sophie was like very similar to Lissa, like very down to earth, but not afraid to jump into the crazy a little bit. It wasn't until I don't know if you want to talk about my other characters, but like it wasn't until like okay. So I'm just gonna stop right there.
But my favorite thing about Sophie was my character BB Voluptuous, who was a surprise an overtly sexual, pansexual woman, would constantly hit on Sophie, and like Sophie wasn't not into it, but like Sophie just had other things to do. Like I remember
she kind of just went along with it.
She was just kind of like, okay. I forgot what it.
And also remember when like Sophie got dragged into the love triangle between Noten and Phoebe, and Sophie's like, "What the hell?" Like. Well, because like somehow Sophie got dragged into the love triangle.
Oh, that's right.
She was in a love triangle.
That's right, because BB got jealous.
And like Sophie showed no interest in Noten.
God, we need to do the haunting again. That's so funny.
So yeah, it was, and we kept just I felt bad for Kitten sometimes because we kept destroying that fourth wall. Like we kept shattering the fourth wall. Like we joked how there's like police tape over the fourth wall. But
Oh yes.
the haunting was fun. It was different. It was different because we kept rolling really well, but you didn't want to roll well. We wanted to roll as low as possible. So we kept all low, like rolling like really high, which would have been great for normal D&D. But for Call of Cthulhu, that's not what you want.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And that's
not at
how we
all.
all died.
Yep, that's it. Who did you? Do you remember who you voted for best tabletop character?
I think I voted for Noten.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I think I voted for Noten because he was just so funny.
He was very funny.
Like
I'm shocked he didn't win. I was very surprised he didn't win.
Yeah.
Who
won that category?
That was Michael from Dawnbreak, Bookburb. An iconic win because Bookburb ended up getting he had the Heli Perfecta that year. He is the most. He's won the most of his I don't even know how to say this. He was nominated 2 times and won both of his nominations, and it's never happened before or since.
Oh, so. Yeah, I do remember that.
He got first place. Noten, I think, Noten was second place, but Michael sort of was trailing for a little bit. And BB was in 4th place, something like that. Yeah. But for best cast, I just see where we where's D&D cast? Best tabletop cast. Yeah, Dawnbreak was first place. Haunting was second place. Yeah. So.
That's surprising.
Yeah. It was. I mean, we weren't going to win. Dawnbreak had a.
Oh yeah, we weren't going to win. Dawnbreak was a phenomenal, like an excellent cast.
Yeah, it was a good cast.
And it was like Dawnbreak ran for a while too. Like I would hop in every once in a while. But every session I listened to was just very entertaining.
Yep. The only campaign to win 2 years in a row. So now we're moving on to 2021, last year's Hellies, where you were nominated. Hang on, I'm going to get it up in a second. That's what I said to her one time.
Mm-hmm.
You were nominated 5 times. You've actually had an interesting track record. You were nominated 4 times, then 3 times, then 5 times. So the first nomination was for Foodie Queen. You had been a 2-time reigning Foodie Queen winner, and you lost to Consistently Depressed. How did you feel about that? Genuinely.
Like, again, I wasn't surprised because I seen Consistently Depressed's pictures and also they posted a lot more than I did.
Yeah.
So, and like a lot of their stuff looked like very professional, like a professional chef or whatever. So, and I remembered we talked about it too, and I said, if I lose to Consistently Depressed, I wouldn't mind because they were posting really good stuff.
Oh yes.
So,
oh yes.
Bit sad.
Did you know that you were in second place though? You were
I did not know that.
You were tied for second place with who I actually thought was going to win was Spider Monkey.
Spider.
You and Spider, because Spider started posting a lot too. So you and Spider tied for.
Yeah, and also I started posting less, and like this year I was like, I'm gonna post more food pictures, but I've gotten like really lazy. Like I have like so many pictures on my phone. I'm like,
And this is one of my favorite of your nominations. After 2 years of being in D&D, you finally got nominated for Best Tabletop Character. I was like, that was nice, because you've been in it for a while. I was surprised you've never been nominated. And what were you gonna say?
Well, granted, my character's always been the normal one.
Yes, so. you do play the straight man often.
Yes.
So you were nominated for Ilya from Justice in Chains. First of all, tell us about Ilya. How did you come up with Ilya?
So originally, I came up with, because I didn't know how serious Justice was going to be. So I thought it was kind of like a really kind of serious campaign. So I thought of like a pretty, dark, not dark, but like kind of grim backstory for her of kind of her being like the the vengeful kind of person searching for her brother's murder, or who killed her brother. But Nolan had to. At first, Nolan was okay with it, and then he goes, "Let's lighten this up a little bit." so he's like, "It's a little bit too dark." So I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." But it's funny because in almost every single campaign I've been in, it's always been you, me, and Nolan.
Yep.
And we're very chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Like we feed off of each other's energy. And so Ilya went from this like very serious character I had in mind to kind of like a psychopath sort of like because she has the most the body count in the whole group. But now she's become this like person who's obsessed with like old weaponry, like bows and arrows and bombs and magical items and stuff, and is kind of contributing to the chaos of the group. So she's like lightened up as the campaign progresses.
She's definitely your most chaotic character. She's probably my favorite character you've come up. Well, now Fee. I mean, we'll get to Fee, but yeah, she's one of my favorites. She did well.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting. So your nominees were Anne from Chaos Gremlin Crew, played by Nalam, Ilya, of course, Ash from Justice in Chains, Raz from Chaos Gremlin Crew, and Bath from Justice in Chains. I Flip's hair ended up winning for Bath, but
Bath's a great character.
Bath is very fun.
Bath is very fun.
That was interesting because Anne and Bath were neck and neck for a while, and then Anne took a huge lead. And then it happens every time, like the last 2 days, it looked like actually, it was the day before, Bath and Anne were actually tied for the win. So I actually recorded that. I was like, okay, there's going to be a tie. And then the last second, someone voted for me. I won by 1 vote. So I don't know.
Paying people off.
I know, paying people off. It was even more interesting. It was actually at one point, it was going to be a 3-way tie between Raz, Anne, and Bath, which I was like, oh, that would have been fun. Because Raz is a fun character.
I think I voted for your character.
You did it. You're the one.
I'm the one who broke the tie.
You're the one who broke the tie. You can thank Nalam. He's probably really mad about it.
Well, I mean, if you compare Bath to Anne, like Anne's a fun character too, because I'm also in that campaign. But no, Bath is really fun.
Bath is very fun. He's very childlike, and he's now in his less selfish arc. Because I
missed it too.
I know you. Well, you kind of seen it. The episode where we all did the sleepover is probably my favorite episode of D&D ever that I've been a part of.
Aww.
Where Bath gets upset that his friends are lying to him or not telling him the truth. It was so cute.
He was just like, what? But but no, yeah. Like, and also our characters actually get along.
I know. Ilya and Bath get along a lot. My favorite Ilya and Bath moment is the Channing Tatum. Was it not Channing Tatum? Who was it?
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. Yeah, that's right. Right.
Where she's trying to seduce him and failing horribly.
Oh, I love Justice. Okay, so moving on from that, you're nominated for Best Tabletop Cast thrice. For your final 3 nominations, you're nominated for Dawnbreak Arachnophobia alongside Caddy Master Me and Big Phil, Chaos Gremlin Crew with Amma, Nalam, Spider, and me, and you won for Justice in Chains. Did you think Justice was going to win?
I think so. Because
it wasn't looking like it for a while, but it wasn't looking like it for a while.
Oh, I mean, because like Dawnbreak Arachnophobia, that was a one-shot.
Yeah.
And then Chaos Gremlin, that kind of started like after a while. Like, I know Justice was the first one that got started off, and so I thought it was going to be like a tie between Justice and Chaos. But I feel like Chaos was a little bit still too new in a way. And I mean, like, whoever won, like, they both have a great cast. And also, whoever won, we were going to win anyways, because we're in both of them.
I know. We monopolized the votes.
So, I mean, but both campaigns are, like, really different. Well, no, I would say they really different, but they're kind of not. They're both pretty chaotic.
They're both pretty chaotic. I would say it's funny that you said that because actually, Justice and Chaos were tied until the very end.
Again, that last minute person.
Last minute person, I don't know. And it's funny. And then at one point, it was Arachnophobia, Justice in Chains, and Chaos Gremlin Crew were all tied because I made the mistake of posting the link in which I'm not going to do again. I posted the link in Phil's Discord, and then people just voted for Phil, and I was like, oh no,
Yeah, of course.
oh no, because fun campaign. That was not a great It was Nalam explains this, so I'm not telling tales out of school. Nalam says that it was all of the elements were there. It was just not a good campaign. It was like not a good one shot. And
I would agree.
yeah, it was like he was like it was a great story. It was a great cast, great characters, but none of it seemed to work. And I'm like, that happens sometimes. That happens. But anyway, we won anyway, so it doesn't matter. Fuck that campaign. Do you think we deserved it? Do you think they made the right decision? The peoples.
Oh, of course. Duh.
Justice is so good. I think Justice is actually, it kind of rivals Ruses in a way. I don't know. I go back and forth. Justice and Ruses, I don't know.
Well, you know what's ironic is that the majority of each campaign is with the same people. It's just that one person's different. You know, for like Justice, it's Haru, and for Ruses, it's Gig.
Yeah.
But the majority of the cast is the same people, and it's funny because I remember Nalam making a comment of like, "We're always going to be in the same campaign," because it's usually just you, me, and Nalam for the majority of the time. And so, because remember when Spider did his one shot, it was the three of us again, and that's when Nalam made his comment. And because I was kind of like a last minute addition, because originally I wasn't going to join Spider's one shot, and then he very sweetly reached out to me and was like, "Hey, would you be interested in doing my one shot?" And I, because I think at the time he didn't have enough people. So I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, when do you need my character? And he's like, tomorrow. And I was like, oh. I'm like, okay. So I kind of quickly came up with somebody. Like, I didn't put too much thought. I forgot what I called her name. But, that was kind of the first time I played a tanky DPS sort of person.
Oh my gosh.
She was a lot of fun, too. But, no, I mean, like, I'm kind of with you. I go back and forth between which is my favorite, Justice or Ruses. And I lean a little bit more towards Justice, only because I'm more comfortable playing D&D.
That's fair, yeah.
I feel like with Ruses, it was still really brand new to me. And so I didn't enjoy it as much as I could have, And so with Justice, I have a little bit more experience under my belt. So I'm having a little bit more fun with it and also causing more chaos in the campaign. So, I mean, that's how I see it. But both were, Ruses will always have a special place in my heart because we were the first.
I love it. We were the first. You know what my goal?
We were the first.
My goal for this year is, because I think this is kind of I'm having a lot of hashtag justice for certain members who have never won a heli. Now, Spider has won many helis, but I really want Spider to win for creating something in D&D because he's never done it before, or he's never had the win. So I really want, and I'm speaking this into existence, I want Spider to either win GM of the year or best one shot for whatever this Ruses thing is going to be. So make sure you vote for Spider Monkey. Don't tell him I said this, because I can't be nice to him in public. But
oh, of course.
But
No, and that's really sweet of you too, because he was the one who, and you know what's funny? Ruses originally was supposed to be a one shot too, and then you guys turned into a campaign.
Yep.
And so, but he's the godfather.
He really is. He really is.
Of bringing D&D back, or bringing D&D into the city, because he's like we're the founding group, but he's the founding father.
I
Let's put
know.
it that way.
I know. Oh my gosh, but if Kitten brings back fucking Haunting, then oh my god. Oh, then I want Kitten to win. Oh, we'll have to make a category just so
We'll
Kitten
have
can
to
win.
make two campaigns for two categories, so both of them can win. And
Yep.
Kitten's in the audience right now, so she
Oh, she
listens to
is?
all this.
Hi, Kitten.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Hi,
now Kitten
Kitten.
knows that I'm saying things about her.
Oh, and now Spider's
Oh,
in
fucking
the
hell.
audience
God
too.
damn it. God damn it. I don't want
He
Spider
missed
here.
all of it. It's okay.
Well, Spider's going to be
we
our
didn't say
third guest.
anything.
Spider, you just know that I'm about to send you a DM because you're going to be our guest for not the next week, but the coming week. God damn it. And then we can talk about how Spider's never won a heli for his campaigns. And why is that happening? Was a sloppy bitch won? Oh my god. Anyway, so Dragoon, you have won. You've won 3 helis now. You've never win a year without winning a heli. Let's see what your nominations for this year are so far, and we'll get your take on what you think your chances are. You're nominated for 3 helis. Your first one
Wow.
is for best NHC tabletop character for Fee from Chaos Gremlin Crew. You're nominated against, let's see, Frank from Yars and Job, which is great, from Nalm. You didn't see that one, but Anne from Chaos Gremlin Crew, Raz from Spider Monkey, Excelsior Elysium from Fire Demon 2021, or Tara Dickoff from Echoes from the Past, and Elson from Holiday Chaos from Swift Lassie. Do you think you can win Best NHT Tabletop Character with Fee?
Well, I mean, maybe, but people would just have to watch our sessions and see if they enjoy Fee themselves. Because I actually, between Ilya and Fee, I'm having a lot more fun with Fee.
Oh, really?
She's just...
She is wild.
Because if you thought Ilya was chaotic, Fee is just straight up chaos.
Wild. She is terrifying.
She's just straight up chaotic, and
I'm really
and she doesn't
enjoying.
know it.
I'm really enjoying playing the character that's afraid of your character, because usually our characters are adversaries, and it's just fun to because B is terrified of Fee because she's so dirty.
Fee does, all she has to do is just throw glitter at him, and he'll have a panic attack.
She's so dirty. And then you're also nominated for Best Tabletop Cast twice for the Yarzen Job, and for Chaos Gremlin Crew. How did you feel about the Yarzen Job?
What's the Yarzen Job? What was
the Yarzen Job was Spider's one shot. Do you remember it? It was
okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
That's when who did I play in the Yarzen Job? Was that when I played Excelsior Elysium? Yeah. That's when I played the really annoying.
Oh, the one who talked a lot.
Yeah, the one who talked a lot. Yes, that's right. Oh, Spider said, "I'm hurt, Dragoon."
Oh, I'm sorry, Spider.
Yep, he's listening. He's absolutely listening.
Yeah, because that was the one I was kind of a last minute addition to, and I hope it wins. But I think I wish I remember what my character's name
We've
was,
never had. It's hard for a one shot to win for best cast. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah,
it's
but
hard.
that cast was fun too, because that was also like a very chaotic cast. Because I love Nolan's character,
oh my
the
god,
old man
fucking
in the
Frank!
wheelchair.
Frank was
the chair.
The chair
was the true MVP
God damn
of that group, of our group.
Freaking Frank!
But no, that was pretty. That was a fun.
That was fun.
Fun one shot as well.
I think when Spider makes, I'm making a prediction. I'm just gonna say it in front of him. When Spider makes that freaking Ruses, where are they now? It's going to win best one shot. I'm going to make it happen.
I hope so, because that would be kind of like it kind of come full circle.
Full circle, I know, because I really feel like I'm sorry. I love Dragoon. You're here. I love Fishy. I really feel like justice for Ruses for the first helis. Justice for Ruses. That's all I'm saying. Anyway.
But
yeah.
If the one shot was in the campaign with Chaos Gremlin, if it was in the campaign with, or the category with Chaos Gremlin, who would you still want Ruse's one shot?
Yes, for sure. Well, they can't be in the same. They can't be in the same thing if it's a one shot. If it becomes a short campaign, then yes, I will vote for it. If it's against Justice, though, that might be hard. I have a hard time if it's against Justice. Justice is such a good one. It's so good.
You know, the only struggle that we have with justice is scheduling. Like,
Oh yeah,
no one, like, and I
scheduling.
feel so bad
Yeah,
for Nom sometimes because very rarely all of us can be in a session.
but
Um,
Nalam does something that I wish all DMs did, which I live for, which is that Nalam always has 18 backup plans for all situations. So what I love when a D, I know obviously it can happen for all parts of the campaign, but I love when a
mhm.
DM can be like, you know what, 3 out of the 5 people can't be in this episode, so we're gonna do a little side quest with these two, and like we'll come up with a reason why the other 3 aren't there. I love that. I love that.
That's, yeah, because you're still kind of doing it without having to keep continuously pushing it
Yes.
back.
That's why I never worry about being like, hey, I can't make next session, because Nolan's always like, great,
I
well,
just,
Bath is doing a concert somewhere across town.
somewhere. And I felt bad for missing yesterday's session, but I had lunar
You
New Year's,
never
so I was
miss.
just like,
Please.
I try
I will
not
always
to.
make you look good, because I will miss every other session, so don't even worry about it. You will be fine. Who's missed the most? I think it's me. I've missed the most, and then Spiders. I don't know. One of us has missed
No,
the most.
it's definitely you. No
It's
offense,
definitely you.
but
Oh my
I
god.
know Noms missed one on accident
He missed one on accident, yeah, which is shocking.
because I think he
He was asleep,
overslept.
yeah, which is
Yeah,
also shocking for him.
and then Spiders missed a couple. I just usually when I'm working, I'm always late because obviously I'm working. Um,
You'll
but yeah, I think
teleconference in from your car.
yeah, I will. And then you'll hear me like having my turn signal on, and I love it when Dom goes, "Thank you for indicating," and I was like, "Oh snap, you can hear
Thank you
that?"
for yes, your
And he goes,
indicator's so loud.
"It's like, damn, you can hear that?" And he goes, yes, I can." And I was
Yes.
like, "Oh, okay." But I know like Spiders missed a couple. I don't know, and I think Haru's missed a few,
Mars is a
and I've
few.
missed like one or two of them.
It's okay. No one will miss more than me. You'll be good. Great. Well, I'm sure you'll win a heli again this year.
Woo!
So next question is, what are your goals for this year in New Hell City?
I don't really have any actually. I don't want to make up a goal and be like, oh, I'm gonna try and be more active because that's not working.
Any like maybe you have like, are you gonna make a new character for D&D? Are you gonna try to DM one? Are you gonna, you know?
Well, I mean, maybe yeah, kind of make more like maybe join more D&D campaigns a
Yes,
little
join
bit.
more one shots. There's gonna be more one shots happening.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever DM one because I don't think I'd be A, I've never done it. B, I don't think I'd be great at it because I'm a very I need to stick to the plan sort of person, and when it goes off the rails, I'm like I'm not like Null where I can come up with 18 backup plans. I'm just like, oh my god, just please stick to the plan. Maybe one day, one day.
I think if you make it so that I don't know, put them like in a room, make it like an escape room or something, and then they have
That'd
very
be
few
fun.
options or something.
Maybe one
Okay,
day.
there you go. One
When I
day.
feel a little bit more confident with D&D. And like even though with like all the experience I have with D&D, I still feel like new to it. You know what I mean? Like not fully. I wouldn't consider myself a veteran. Let's put it that way. I'm kind of in the middle.
In the middle there.
So
Okay, all right. Well, now we have come to the portion where we are getting your fan questions in. Um, we're starting with Kitten. Dragoon, are you ready for D&D tonight?
I am.
Do you even remember where we are? Because I don't.
Where are? Yeah, we're in the inn because we didn't have a session last week. We were supposed because we missed a couple, but we're at the inn and yeah, kind of that. And be seeing Boko the chicken at her bed,
Oh boy.
even though she ate it, Boko. As wrong as that sounds.
Okay, here's a question tagging along with Kitten's question. Which of the party do you think is most likely to die?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Oh, This is going to sound
What?
mean,
No,
but
that's not true.
I have a reason. No,
Kid saying
I
B.
would say
That's so untrue.
I would say, and no offense, Spider, but I would say
Raz would
because
die
of his wild magic, because he's almost killed himself 3 times already.
Oh shit! What if Raz dies?
Like that. I mean, because like B Steve kind of tries to stay out of the fighting,
except for the
Anne
hippo.
is
But
just
yes,
yeah. Well, besides that, but like Anne is a tank. I mean,
I think Anne will die actually.
Really?
Because Anne is actually not super. What is Anne really bad at? Oh, Anne's horrible at stealth.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Ken says B's gonna run off a cliff. That actually could happen.
I could see it.
Anne is because I feel like Anne gets herself into combat. She also like doesn't retreat. Like she doesn't always use the smartest stuff. So I feel like once we get further in, I feel like we're gonna encounter bigger monsters. And Anne hasn't so far. Anne has not been judicious about who she fights. She's just like, we're going in. And I feel like she's gonna make it.
But she, like, in Anne's defense, she is kind of like an android sort of thing.
That is true.
Like, yeah, because the only time you guys went down is when you went back in the room with the glowing eyeball.
That is true. Well, listen, Gig is also not Kitten. So Kitten will fully kill all the party. She has no problem doing that. Gig is actually Gig. I think it doesn't necessarily want to kill us. So that I feel like that's something to consider. We also have to consider if the DM is like fully willing to kill us or not.
This is true, but it's funny because I feel like even though how long have we been playing Chaos?
I always put it on a scale. From Nalam to Kitten, of like people the DM who will least kill you and the DM who will most kill you.
Most kill you. Well, I mean, Kitten did kind of kill us in The Haunting.
Yep, and I'm blaming fully Kitten and not us for that. I'm only blaming Kitten for that.
Yes, and not our roles.
No, not our roles at all. No, not our decisions. No. That is.
Yes, totally.
Yep.
No, but it was funny because when we died, we're like, oh, okay, we kind of saw this coming.
It is the only TPK in NHC history. It is iconic. Wait, were you saying you're asking how long we've been playing Chaos for?
How long have we been playing Chaos for?
Like maybe a few months, not even.
And it feels like we haven't even touched the surface of the campaign because we've been stuck in the sewers for so long.
We've gone like 2 places. No, of course not.
So I'm just like, no, it was funny because I actually asked Gig. I was like, do you have other stuff planned besides us being in the sewers? And she goes, yeah, I have other stuff planned. I was like, okay, I just want to make sure. So,
oh, God.
Yes, I feel like Chaos is going to go on for a while.
Oh yeah, well now it's every other week now too, so
yeah,
it's going to go on for a long time. Time. Okay. I guess there are no more questions. That was the fastest question answer period. Good job. Good job, Dragoon.
Thanks.
Okay. So the next part. I'm trying to remember what the next section is. Oh, we have a live Ask NHC. And then we'll do rapid fire, and then we'll get out of here. But we only have 1 letter, so I hope you can help this person. But you usually get a choice of 3. But we're going to have 1 letter. Here we go. Are you ready for this one? I don't know if we've done this one yet.
Go ahead.
All right, so dear NHC, one of my nearest and dearest friends has normally been pretty self-involved, and I'm only now realizing it. She will do things that... she will often do things like be ridiculously late for group events or not answer an urgent question in a text for days. We are partners in a group project at school, and she told me days before the deadline that she didn't start it because of her mental health and it was acting up. This isn't the first time she said this, it's all the time. Anytime someone confronts her with her irresponsibility, she just says her mental health was poor that day. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but all of us fucking have mental health issues, and we still get up and get shit done. How do I tell her about herself without completely going off on her, or do I need to tell her at all? Signed, Brandy. What do you think?
That is a very good question. That is a good question because
how do you tell someone about themselves?
I mean, I would if you do confront that person, just do it very calmly and don't get upset because then you're gonna offend them. I think like I would personally confront them and just be like, hey, I've noticed this is a pattern or a thing you usually do. Kind of see if you can get to the bottom of it, because for me now, obviously I don't know this person. It just sounds like an excuse, because like one time fine, two times okay, after a while you're like, okay, what is going on? Like, is something really going on, or is there something I can help with, or are you just showing up because you're just being lazy, sort of thing. So I mean,
Yeah.
I would confront them, but do it in a very non-confrontational way, because maybe that person really does have mental health issues. I mean, and maybe they, stuff happens, and so just kind of approach it in a understanding way, but also kind of get your message across too. I mean, I don't know how you would handle it.
I mean, I would pretty much the same thing. I would be a little bit more forceful about it. Like I would kind of say pretty much what she said in this letter. Like I would say, you know, I would tell her that I would be like, we all need to be accountable for our part in our group project. We all need to be accountable for our actions. So if we're not all pulling our weight, then it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just sort of confront her like that. I mean, the problem with people who are like who this person's describing is that everything's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So no matter what you
Mm-hmm.
say to her, she's going to turn it around and make her be the victim of it. So it's like
Right.
if you tell her that she needs to be responsible, it's, oh, my friends are betraying me, oh, my friends think I'm shit, So
Mm-hmm.
I think you kind of have to just say what you feel about it and then just let her interpret it however she's going to. Maybe she'll
Right.
wake up from it, or maybe she'll turn it into a story about how she's the victim. And in which case, finish the group project, do what you got to do. And I would also tell the teacher, like, I'm not afraid of like ratting someone out. I'd be like, listen, Celeste didn't pull her weight. No one's named Celeste anymore. Um, Celeste didn't pull her weight. We did the best we could, and this is what's happening.
And
But
like I've talked to that
yeah, I've talked
person.
to that person. We tried to have a sit down, and your teacher might be like, well, being in a group project means that you need to work it out. You need to figure out how to work it out. But maybe it's worth saying something, and that's what I would do. I would just be upfront with her, being like, hey, just call her on her bullshit. You don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to be like angry about it. You can just be like,
Yeah, but
hey,
just
we all have
yeah,
shit going
just
on.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's a good
hold her
approach.
accountable.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Hold her accountable. Yeah. Don't worry about her sensitivity about it. Just you also don't have to be mean. Just be like, you know what, this is what it is. Good job.
Yeah.
That was easy. We've solved someone. We're
We
experts. We should be Dr. Phil.
we're we've given advice.
We give an advice. Honestly, Oprah should hire us. All right, the final portion of this interview, which has now breached an hour. Ooh, I've been talking to you for an hour. Oh, is our rapid fire. So the
Oh
rapid
no.
fire, I have 16 questions for you. You need to just say them quickly, fast. First thing that
Whatever
comes to
pops
your
in my
mind.
mind.
That's right. So if it's dick, say dick. I encourage you to say dick often. Don't say dick. Do it. Don't. Whatever. Are you ready? Are you ready for the rapid fire? Are
Sure,
you
why not?
ready? Season 2,
Go.
Episode 1. Here we go. What are you terrible at?
Playing video games.
What are you amazing at?
Playing the piano.
I didn't know that. Okay. What's your
Yeah,
favorite
I
thing?
use
What's your favorite thing to do?
video games that
What
and never beat them.
What's your least favorite thing to do?
Ooh, going to work.
Oh, do I look pretty today?
Of course.
Thank you. Name something you would set on fire.
Uh, Nothing.
Okay. You have to pack up your stuff today and go live with one member of New Hell City. Who is it?
Gig.
Interesting. What's your favorite word?
Ooh. Oh, it's a bad word.
I mean, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there too.
Okay. I do say shit a lot.
Okay. What is your least favorite word?
I understand what you're going through, or as a phrase. Sorry.
That's fine. Why are video games so hard?
just because they're too long, and sometimes you can't beat them.
Too long and too hard. You heard it here first. We're talking about dick again.
Yep.
What noise or sound do you love?
Ooh. Noise or sound that I love. Can we go back to this question, because I don't know.
Okay, I mean, what noise or sound do you hate? It's the next one.
Oh God, my alarm clock.
Let me help you out with noise or sound that you love. Is there like a let's see what other people have said. A lot of people say, well, I love a trophy pop. I love when the trophy pops. That's my favorite sound. Corny answers like the breeze or birds chirping or.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
Rain.
Rain. There you go.
Yeah, I like rain.
What's your favorite curse word?
I just kind of said it. Shit or fuck. I say that a lot.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Psychologist. I'd like to be a therapist.
What profession would you absolutely not like to attempt?
Ew. Being an astronaut, because I'm kind of scared of the idea of going to space and potentially going to a black hole, something like that. I don't. Well, or construction work, because I am slightly claustrophobic.
You heard it here first. Dragoon has no problem shoveling shit if you want to hire her for shoveling shit.
Exactly.
Or
yes.
killing people, or sex work, whatever else you want Dragoon to do, she's game for it. Just don't send her to space or put her in a box.
Exactly.
Final question: when you get to hell, what would you like Satan to say to you when you arrive at the fiery gates?
Well, look who's here.
Perfect. You did it. Dragoon, you did it.
Yay!
You kicked off season 2 of Good Morning New Hell City with a bang. We are going to go have some food. Dragoon has prepared. I'm forcing Dragoon to prepare me everything that her family makes.
Yes.
So that's what's going to happen now. Dragoon, thanks for joining. Thanks for being I think you're a New Hell City legend at this point. I kind of think you are.
Thank you for having me.
I think you are absolutely a New Hell City legend. 3-time Helly Award winner, C. Dragoon. Dragoon, where can people find you, stalk you? What's your address?
Well, my address is no. I'm
What a weird address.
Obviously, I'm on Discord, so Seadragoon here.
Yes.
You can find me at New Hell City, and also I do have a Twitter account. I don't use it much. I only use it when I feel like, I'm probably on Twitter less than I am on Discord. So Seadragoon991 I believe is. I don't even know my Twitter username.
You should follow her on Twitch though. Whenever encourage her to stream again.
Yes, I am on Twitch. Usually I will post when I'm streaming on the promotions chat.
Yes, because you're going to play the new Horizon Zero Dawn, correct? Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, yeah. I would.
Comes out in like a week. You love that game.
Yeah, because I did beat the original one. That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
That was.
I'm surprised you're not more excited about this one.
But no, yeah, I will definitely give that one a try. Add it to my never-ending list of games I need to beat.
Oh God, well,
I got purchased and then
beat that weird Pokemon game first, and then we'll talk.
Dude, I have like a week left. I'm not going to be able to beat that on time.
My gosh. Well, congratulations, Dragoon, on a successful interview. Thank you for being a staple of this community and a true foodie queen in all of our hearts. Say goodbye to the children.
Goodbye, children.
Goodbye, season 2. Good morning, New Hell City. Tick, 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 tick.